and 10 from the Vikings 19. Minnesota leads by 5. Zadarius Smith comes flying up the center. Throws to the goal stripe, and it's intercepted by Cam Bynum. And that is your ball game. Why wouldn't it come down to the wire? Why wouldn't it be a spine tingler? Why wouldn't Mike White be throwing into the end zone trying to win the game? That's 2022 Minnesota Vikings football.
Indeed it is. I assume Paul Allen, the voice of the Vikings, slept well last night. Another day of up and down and topsy-turvy. A 20-3 lead by the Vikings in the first half, almost completely evaporated. The Jets kept coming. 2 drives by the Jets in the final couple of minutes that had an opportunity to score what would have been the game-winning touchdown. Now, if they had done it the first time, the Vikings would have gotten the ball back and had a chance to drive down and obviously win the game. But at the end, it was all or nothing. It was win or go home. And yet again, I don't know how they do it, because there are stretches of the game where the defense looks horrible. There are stretches of the game where the offense feels like it can't get out of neutral. And yet, when the clock strikes 0, the one stat that matters, points scored versus points allowed, the Vikings keep finding a way. And I talked to Patrick Peterson about this yesterday. The defense has a belief among the 11 guys on the field. They each individually believe that they're going to be the one to make the play that saves the day. And one of them always seems to figure out a way to do it.
Well, yeah, and it's their formula. Mike, a lot of people talk about how there's a randomness to winning close games, one-score games, one-possession games, whatever you want to call them. And I don't know, maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But I feel like the good teams are the teams that know how to make the critical plays in the critical situations. And I don't think that that's all that random. The Vikings know how to do that this year. Whether or not they allow teams back into the game, they seem to be able to make the critical plays at the most critical situations. And that's what leads to victories. And when you have guys who can make plays like that, when you have guys like a Patrick Peterson, who's been in the league for as long as he's been in it, and they understand that all it takes is making the critical play to win the game, then that's where you get to where you are. So I think that the Vikings certainly can still be one of those teams that make noise in the postseason, because they know that they're battle tested, right? If they're in a tight game, they know exactly what they have to do to pull it out.
Well, and I asked Peterson about that yesterday as it relates to the fact that you keep doing it. You develop more confidence that you will continue to do it, like anything else. And one thing that he pointed out was that he's starting to notice that the opposing offenses are bracing for it. Like, here it comes. And he said, they must be talking about it during the week. Hey, you get down to the fourth quarter, be careful. They got a knack for making something happen. That's where we have to really be on top of our game. So everybody gets to that moment. It's like any other competitive endeavor. There's whatever it is that you've planned for. And you've talked about it, and you've been coached on it, and it's been the subject of meetings, and then you get to that moment, and you're like, oh, no, here it is. Uh-oh. Well, this is where they're really good at finding a way to make a play. I don't want to be the one that screws up and lets them make the play. Like, who's going to make the play? And you get thrown off. I think it becomes kind of this self-fulfilling prophecy where the Vikings feel it, and their opponents are starting to feel it. And that's where it becomes powerful. And the only way to kill this beast is to do what the Eagles did and what the Cowboys did. You put them away, and you create no opportunity for any fourth quarter magic. You are so far ahead, there's nothing they can do. That's how, and I think that's how it's eventually going to end for them. It's not going to be this 3-hour roller coaster in the wild card round, divisional round, conference championship, Super Bowl. At some point along the way to the Super Bowl, somebody is going to squish them, and they're not going to have a chance to pull off that dramatic victory at the end. That's my prediction, and I will own it. Old takes exposed if I'm wrong.
No, I think that that's not a terrible prediction. Based on what we've seen from them against the Cowboys and the Eagles, which are two teams that they would probably have to face, at least one of them, right, in terms of trying to make it to the Super Bowl. So I don't see that as a bad prediction by you.
Look, and there still is a way that if they could just get it all to click, We always hear teams, we just need to play a complete game. A complete game. Well, the problem is the other team's trying to play a complete game too. That's one of the reasons why all these coaches out there that are lamenting the inability to play a complete game are upset about it, because the other team just doesn't say, go ahead, run your plays. Yeah, we're just pretend we're not here. But the offense is good enough. The offense has the potential to put up 30 to 40 points a game if it can click. The defense, we see in flashes, they can make plays. It's just, it's not even on the field a lot of the times. Between the 20s, they're like, yeah, go ahead and gain your yards. We'll worry about keeping you from scoring when we get inside the 20, which is exactly what they did yesterday. I mean, the Jets should have won this game. And Mike White, even though his numbers weren't great, Mike White looks the part, and he has more and more supporters in the locker room. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.